Hi guys, my name is Adnan Hasbi and welcome to Funny Finance Guy. In today's episode, we'll talk a little bit about asset allocation, whether we should continue staying in equities. How I got the idea of recording this particular episode was I went out for dinner today, and while going out for dinner, I noticed that the restaurant was maybe 30% uh, occupancy. And on top of that, when I was looking at people around me, I can sense a feeling of many people being worried, and there was this feeling of, of worrying and anxiety, and uh, and that made me think of uh, that made me think of. Or that gave me an idea of recording this particular episode, which is addressing the elephant in the room. As we know right now, globally, number one, with this lockdown, many businesses cannot interact with each other. So there's a drop in terms of transaction between business to business or business to consumer. And when that happens, what tends to happen is that profitability will drop. And when that happens, what tends to happen is that they have to lower cost. And when businesses look towards lowering costs, what will happen is that there's going to be an increase in unemployment. And we can see this being true globally over here in Malaysia and also in the United States. On top of that, there is also bailouts for corporate companies over in Europe and also in America, where these companies are genuinely going to go under, and governments are helping bail out these companies. And finally, as we know, the central banks in the United States or the Fed, they have been buying up ETFs and also corporate bonds. And what it is some analysts are saying that there is a decoupling between the economy and the markets. So meaning to say that the economy as a whole, the numbers seem to be not doing that well, with unemployment rates increasing, and also I would reckon a lot of businesses eventually shutting down in the near future. And when that happens, it's going to be a trickle down effect in the whole overall economy. Now, as a fundamental analyst, or an analyst that look at company fundamentals, it really disturbs me to to see and to also hear other commentaries about staying invested in equity. So as we know, when this were to happen, when employment rates go up, and when businesses start to go under, typically what will happen is the prices of equity or the stock market will tend to drop. But having said that, the governments are actually propping up the market. So I won't say stay away from equities, but what I'll say is just be cautious. The market is going to be bumpy. And if you ask me what I will be doing, I actually have investments in the United States via robo advisory, or uh, and also, yeah, via robo advisory. And I'll be starting to sell some of my stakes in my investments, being that I have interest in the United States. So if you do want to stay invested, just be relatively careful. The writing are on the wall that the economy is bumpy, and if you are a fundamental analyst, or if you believe in fundamentals, um, what it is it looks like a bubble, really. Um, if businesses are not supported by actual transactions, This reminds me of the dot-com bubbles where a lot of money was being poured in all of these dot-com companies, but transaction didn't quite support it. And what eventually happened was the bubble popped and a lot of companies went under, I guess. With so right now, what should one do? Maybe if we are invested in equities, maybe go a little easy on equities. And having said that, however, if any of us wants to stay invested, I realize that there is one industry which is actually thriving right now, and that industry is actually online or digital content. So instead of investing, maybe build digital content or digital assets. Maybe write a book, maybe create an online course. The demand for these products has been increasing, and one of the reasons why is a lot of us are actually stuck at home. And in fact, there was statistics which showed that YouTube actually had an increase in consumption. So yeah, so we all know. So that is my view on the market, and I really wanted to share this. Tell me what you guys think, and just kind of write it down in the comment section. And for those that ask me questions, I really appreciate it. That those who subscribe, thank you so very much. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. And with that, take care, guys.